Hi, and welcome to Al's Guitars. No doubt you are here because this is a pre-war Martin. And no doubt I am here because this is a pre-war Martin. To be exact, this is a 0018 1927. And to give you an idea of what 1927 is, that is 97 years ago. CBS Broadcasting, this was their first year in 1927 with 47 radio stations. The Model T was ended production this year to be replaced with the Model A. The Lindbergh flight around the world, the first man to fly all the way, he was 1927 as well. Calvin Coolidge was president. And another great bit of trivia is Mount Rushmore began being carved out in 1927 to be completed in 1941. Truly, this guitar has seen a lot of this world, hasn't it? It's just amazing, and who knows where this thing has traveled to. Anyway, the specifics of this guitar, and everybody is pretty hot to know what makes these things tick. We're hoping to get into it tonight. It's an Adirondack spruce top, a forward shifted X brace, which is what makes a good deal of what makes these guitars that special. This one is a mahogany back and sides, which would be Honduran mahogany. 25.5 inch scale. It's 15.25 inches wide, so it is a slender body. It's really, usually I discover when we go through these tests together, I discover along with you, the viewer at home, what makes the guitar special, maybe not so special. But tonight I've done it differently. I videotaped a lot of this. I'm doing this after I've already completed some of the tests. And I have to tell you, I am in awe of some of the things that I noticed in this guitar's construction. The weight of it is one of the things. It's let's take a look. Well, there it is, folks. The lightest guitar that we've weighed in, 3 pounds and 7/10 of an ounce. Unbelievably light. Okay, now we came back from the sound pressure reading and from the weight. Made up a card for it. We're calling it 90 decibels. Accompany me over here to the decipole. I want you to see here, as my head goes completely out of the shot, that this 1927 Martin slots in above its D-size 1999 brother. It also slots in tying a K-Craft guitar, which was also quite a vintage instrument. That is from, I believe that was the mid-30s, and that one comes up with a 90 decibel rating. The point is, these old guitars are loud, and I can prove it. We've got the results on it. The other thing is it's light. Did you look at that scale, 3 pounds? And for example, popcorn. Here's a 2-pound bag of popcorn, here's a 1-pound bag. These two bags of kernels weigh exactly as much as this whole guitar does. It's unbelievable. I virtually have to strap this thing down so it doesn't float off my stand. Now, there's another test I want to get into, which is the vibration, where we actually measure the vibration points. The test is very boring to go through to actually see it. I'll just show you a quick clip of one of the points on it being done, and then I'll be right back and I'm going to explain the results. Okay, now I'm jumping out of the shot, but I want you to see something here. I've pulled out the form from the D35, the 99 D35, and that's on your right, and then I have the results from this guitar. And while everybody has a theory on what makes a pre-war Martin that great of a guitar, let me tell you, I think that I now know, at least in somewhat, what makes this one a great guitar. Look at the D35 here. You've got 1, 2, 3, and 3 on the bottom, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of measurement. The D35 Does a pretty good job. It's 0.168 millimeters of actual displacement on the top, 0.132 over here on this side. So what you're seeing is how much is the top actually moving expressed in millimeters. And you can see that it's pretty dead here, it's pretty excitable here, pretty good here, really cuts down 0.062081, 0.062, 0.042 or 40. So now let's look at the old Martin. You've got 1.47, not even as much movement as you had here. You do have a little bit more movement here. You've got a 0.098 millimeters in the center to an 8.2. But down here on the lower side, 0.295 millimeters of motion compared to 1.32. When you move up, the D35 dies quite a bit to 0.81. Here it's 197, almost a 0.2 millimeter movement. You get to the top, everyone will tell you that this section of a guitar, it does nothing. It's basically to hold the body together and to keep the neck positioned. But yet, somehow, this little Martin maintains a 0.173 movement to 0.062 here, 0.040. Even on this side, most of the movement in the old Martin is definitely on the lower side of the guitar. But it is significant movement. And to me, it explains why this guitar has the same decibel level of output, I should say 1 decibel more than the D35 did, even though the D35 has that much more volume inside the guitar to use. You know what? This is science with quote marks. This is not real science. But I've been waiting for my measurement tool to show something that explains what I'm hearing. This representation explains what I'm hearing. So with that explanation, we're going to get a chance to hear it. I've got a couple of clips where hopefully you'll get some of the good audio to come through for you, because it's a delightful guitar to play. The entire instrument just vibrates like crazy, and it's so light, the amount of tension on the strings really can impart a lot of movement in a body that's this light. I mean, it's quite an achievement that it's managed to hold together. Now you'll see that hold together is a relative term. When we get inside it in a minute, you're going to see that numerous repairs have been done to this. Physically, just looking at the guitar, you've got 1, 2 top cracks in it that are very noticeable, maybe a more minor one somewhere. And it looks pretty much like 2. You have a center seam, an off-center seam crack, and a couple other back cracks, and some minor cracks in the side. So definitely over 97 years, they tend to come apart. This guitar has been completely redone. It is original in many ways. It has had structural reinforcement done. It has a neck reset and some comprehensive things done to it. The bridge is a ebony, just a regular flat ebony bridge, which is what this guitar would have come with. It also has an ebony nut, which I believe is what this guitar would come with. If anyone has any comments that they want to make, please feel free, throw them in. There's a lot of old Martin experts in there, and I am not pretending to know everything there is to know about these guitars. And there's so much unique information. But before we jump into the inside of it, I want to show you a little unique information specifically about this guitar. Okay, so what you're seeing are a couple of pieces of information that were provided by Dick Boak, who is a noted Martin historian, very, very knowledgeable on guitars. What he's provided is information on this exact guitar. This actual instrument was at the Chicago Musical Instrument Company September 5th, 1929. The guitar was, I don't know if it was traded to them or if it was just brought to them by the owner. Either way, it is a repair request. That repair request was sent and received and answered on September 12th, 1929 by the Martin Company. And they are saying that they are acknowledging the receipt of this guitar. which you've sent us. It is repaired. There is a repair to the side and complete refinishing. This work will have our immediate attention. There will be no charge. So Martin considered this to be warranty work on this exact guitar in 1929. So it'd be very easy for someone to tell you that this is an original finish, but is it an original finish? It's not, but it was redone by Martin in 1929. And bam, just like that, we're inside. Let's take a look here and see. We immediately notice we've got numerous repairs that are going on here. Looks like there may be an end block repair. There is a round disc that is on the top, and there is a length of cleating that is visible that follows a crack. But the original Martin goodness you still see in here. So you've got two diagonal scalloped braces down at the end. You've got a set of 4 diagonal small braces, which are just thinned out, but they're not really sculpted at all. Very forward shifted brace. The X is moved right up almost on top of the sound hole. You do have a bridge plate, slotted kerfing, which looks very much as you would find in a guitar today. You also have a small brace that's going across the sound hole, very, very close as a sound hole reinforcement. Everything looks pretty neat and tidy, just as you would expect it to be. Braces are light, but they don't look overly light, which brings to mind the ultimate weight of this guitar. How are they saving so much weight? Remember, the weight that we're getting on our scale here includes all the additional material that's been put in. Those cleats and the circle down there, plus anything else that's been done that I am not privy to. The back braces are, you can't see them too well with the mirrors in, but they're pretty standard. They're airfoil shaped braces. You can see this one down here a little bit. Mahogany showing through on the back side. On all surfaces, mahogany for the kerfing, spruce for the bracing on the Adirondack top. Okay, so you've seen inside it, you've heard it, we've gone through the tests, we've tried to, prove a few things here and there. What I want to know is, for the comments, what do you think of it? Is it that great a guitar? Hopefully a little bit of the sound comes through. I know it's a really hard thing to do, to just reach out to internet land there and be able to make you feel like you've got the guitar with you. But I hope you've at least got a chance to raise your horizons a little bit, look inside these guitars and see what exactly makes them tick. I have to tell you that being in the room with it here, see, I can't even talk without playing the thing. I mean, it makes you want to play it. I guarantee you, when the cameras go off, I will be up all night playing this thing. It's it's really a charge to get a chance to play something like this. Not just because obviously the reputation, the value that's involved in these guitars, but when you get a chance to play something that's really unique, really special, really old. I mean, there's a lot of vibe to this. 1927. I mean, it's an old guitar. Anyway, I thank you for coming along on this journey. There are many more great episodes to come, so please, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. It would greatly aid me in being able to get you more instruments like this to take a look at. So thank you very much for coming along, and I hope to see you soon.